What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, it is the 19th day of August, and here we are sitting at about $3.03 with a low, a potential low down there at about $2.94. We're waiting for confirmation, but I have some belief that that is the low. Bitcoin very well could go lower, and I am actually expecting it to see a lower low. We've seen Bitcoin see lower lows, and XRP holds its own, so I don't think that a lower low for Bitcoin necessarily implies a lower low for XRP, but depending on how low it goes, it might. You know, if Bitcoin drops below, you know, if it does about where I think it might go, which is 113K just above there, or 114.5K, which isn't really that far away, I highly doubt XRP would go lower. But let's see. That would be about a 2.11% drop. How much would XRP drop? You know, 2.11%. You know, it could. If Bitcoin drops to 113K, maybe we do take out that low. Maybe we do. If we drop to 113K or lower, maybe we do take out that low. But if we take out that low, it's going to be insignificant amounts. Very insignificant amounts, okay? It's very possible that we come down and we find a double bottom around here. Or again, of course, if we go just a little bit lower, it's really not a problem. I suppose my faith in this being the low is a little bit diminished compared to what I thought it would have been. But let's just see. Let's look low to high here. You hit that golden ratio well, man. You had a very proper reaction off of that too. Maybe I'm wrong about Bitcoin. Maybe it doesn't move that low. But again, my defense there is that we moved lower. Yesterday, we had our lowest price since the all-time high. And the longs are outweighing the shorts on a 24-hour basis. We're piling on the longs as we're moving lower. It's like when we're pumping and people keep piling on the shorts. We keep pumping because of it. If we're dumping and you're keeping piling on the longs, man, we're going to keep dumping. So that's just my perspective, at least, right? And clearing out all these longs, or at least most of them, that would take us below or at least around 113K. XRP here, looking at this on a 1-hour time frame. Let's look at the XRP shorts and longs. Let's look at that real quick, because we don't look at that too often. I don't expect too much info on this, right? Because there's not a whole lot, right? $100 million there, 180 there. The longs are definitely piled on for XRP, and most of them get cleared out at what price is that there? $2.90. $2.90. $2.90, just below where we're at here. Let's look at the 7-day time frame. $2.90 as well, clears out the last week's worth of longs. The shorts are piled on. Absolutely they are. Oh man, you're gonna, when you hit 315, you're gonna pop, baby. Oh dude, when you hit 340, you're gonna pop as well. 290 doesn't clear out all these longs. About 285 would. So 290 to 285, guys, that might be where we go. That might be where we go. Clear out a couple $100 million in longs or more, probably across the space. How much is it on Hyperliquid? Because I know a lot of people do use Hype to short and long XRP as well. I don't know how accurate this is either. I don't actually trust this, to be completely fair. Oh, and it doesn't tell us. It just says 3.1 million XRP. It doesn't tell us how much in dollars. So not helpful. Not helpful. Although we could just do the rough math, I guess, but it's not a whole lot. Anyways, most of that gets cleared out at 243. We're definitely not going to 243, you guys. That's definitely not happening. But if we're looking at XRP here, we take our daily basis, low to high, right? The low back on August 2nd to the high that we just had there on August 8th. Low to high, fib retracement. We take a look at the 1-hour time frame. Golden ratio up to the 382.5 area. This is actually a very common procedure to make when you're going lower. 786, 886. That's about $2.80 to $2.85. We could go there. This could be the area, but that would be the ultimate area. I doubt we go below there. And I'm not even completely convinced we go there. We could hit the 786, like I assume Bitcoin will, or Bitcoin might even go a little bit below at 786. It's very possible. If Bitcoin holds at 786 for support, which is at 114.4K, then XRP is certainly not going below this low. If not there, then somewhere in the golden ratio zone, right? But understand, if you get below about 290, 291, you are undeniably going to 285, 286, something like that, right? Or 280 itself. I would expect at this point in time that we do see a lower low, or at least some kind of double bottom, but the lower low itself might not be that significant. It might be fractions of a dollar, like a penny, a couple pennies, 10 cents, you know, or not even 10 cents, right? 294. Maybe 10 cents, like at the most. I don't think we get to 280, but that would be the absolute lowest that would give us. Okay, 285, or maybe even just like 292. Who knows? 290 itself could be support. There's a lot of longs getting cleared out at 290. We've got a lot of shorts piled on. We're ready to move up higher. And if I'm wrong, in the event that I'm wrong, I think that it's important to mention, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but the move up is going to be glorious, right? This is not the time to sell. You want to sell for this move, but then you want to miss out on the move that's off the charts that literally we have to scroll way the hell out because it's way, way up here. That move's insignificant. This is not the time to sell, so don't get the bright idea to do that, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want. Spend your money, lose it, waste it, whatever. However you want to do it. It's not my call. 1 hour indicators look bearish. RSI looks bearish as hell, actually. You can't even get overbought, man, but you're having no problem getting oversold. It's not a good look, so maybe it is a good time to go short, but not financial advice again. Stochastics look bearish. I would think you go lower. MACD looks bearish. Looks like you want to cross and go lower. Yeah, I would think that we do go lower. Rejecting the 50 here, crossed. I mean, everything looks bearish, man. I'm very, very much convinced that we do either see some kind of double bottom or a slightly lower low. I'm very convinced of that. So, here, this 4-hour candle, 35 minutes left. Don't get too excited. We're at $3.02. Don't get excited if we move back up to like $3.06. That doesn't mean that I'm wrong. I could be wrong. We are at prior areas of support here, but I just think with everything that I'm looking at on these indicators, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we went lower. It all really does depend on Bitcoin. But typically, I actually rely on XRP to tell me more what Bitcoin's going to do. If XRP looks bearish, then I assume Bitcoin's bearish. So I think that bias to the downside with Bitcoin is just confirmed further by the charts that we're looking at here with XRP. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame now, the RSI looks great. It actually looks, the short-term stuff looks bad, but the RSI on the daily time frame looks great. But it could afford lower levels and still look great. Okay, that's not a problem. Same thing with the stochastics look like they want to go down. This is actually a very good, compelling argument because how often do you bounce here? Right, let's put a line right here. How often do the stochastics bounce right here or higher? They don't. They don't. You get oversold. You at least get right to the oversold zone, if not into it. So lower to go on a daily basis. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day you'll find support, something like that, okay? But lower nonetheless. I really wouldn't be surprised. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I really do appreciate you all. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right? And toodaloo. If you guys know that movie. You got to know that movie, man. If you're American. If you're not American, you might not know that movie. That was like an American pop culture classic, I think. If we're looking at this from a high to a low. 1272. Go to 290. 290 could very well be where you find support. If not, just right below there, 285. I really don't think we go to 280, you guys. But we'll be getting set up, moving up in no time. XRP is going to have one glorious run, you guys. It's going to be spectacular. We're going all the way up to $13 to $16, somewhere in that range. I know that sounds crazy. If this is your first time watching this channel, you're like, whoa, what? How are we going from 280 to $13? I don't want to get into it now, but just trust when I tell you we've done the research. That doesn't necessarily mean that it has to go there, but it just doesn't really make any sense other than that to at least go there, right? I think the lowest target that we came up with was $11, and it basically derives from this grandiose consolidation phase we have, right? Did you break out of a multi-cycle consolidation phase to just see your minimum target being hit, high to low here? Did you do that just to stop your minimum target at 837? By the way, if you think that you're going to anything less than 837, you're crazy. Okay, absolutely crazy. You might think I'm crazy for calling $13 to $16. I think you're crazy if you think you're stopping at anything less than 837. This movement here was not a one-off. It's a foreshadowing of what's coming. You're going to 1356 or higher, and likely higher, over the next month and a half. Okay, I got nothing else for you guys. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Hit that like button. Bye-bye.